let me just come clean with you and be as honest as I can at the start of the video. Today is not a video that's full of juicy stuff. A lot of the stuff contained within this video, I don't honestly believe. The João Félix one, there's some Jesse Lingard stuff, some Harvey Barnes stuff. I don't necessarily believe it, by the way. I've not made it up. It is actually stuff that's out there. But hey, look, this is our job. I've got to do a video every day. I need to upload a video. It's got to have adverts on it. And I do thank you so much for tuning in regularly. And I do apologise for the adverts. But literally, they pay the rent in this house. Well, that and our fantastic patrons as well, of course. And our wonderful sponsor, ETC. I don't know why I've pointed up there. It's either there or there. Let's just start with the... actually, I won't start with a depressing one. Let's start with the good one. João Félix, you know him? He used to be, I think he was £100 million player. I think quite possibly Atletico Madrid paid £100 million for him. Have I got that right? I think I might have. Anyway, wonderful player. He ended up at Chelsea last season. Don't know how that happened. Anyway, he was crap at Chelsea, but everybody was crap at Chelsea. We don't judge anybody on their performances last season for Chelsea. It was a basket case of a club, right? So João Félix... I think he's flashed his knickers at West Ham. Some people have said he was having a dig at Chelsea, but I think there's numerous ways you can have a dig at Chelsea. Because I think Chelsea or Pochettino or whoever has said, we don't want João Félix next season. He was only on loan. So I think he's either got the ump and he's having a dig at Chelsea or whatever, but he's Instagrammed himself, pictured himself, whatever. He's taken a... No, he's not taking a selfie because someone else is taking a picture. He's had a picture taken of him kicking the ball around, keepy uppy, in a West Ham shirt. The triumphant West Ham shirt, the orange, the one that looks like someone's vomited Tizer. Actually, you know what Tizer is, do you? Fanta, Iron Brew. Looks like it was white and someone's vomited Iron Brew up it. That one with a Benrahma shirt, who of course is one of our heroes, a penalty scoring hero. He's been training in a West Ham shirt. Now, I think he's a little bit flashing the knickers. I think he's doing it in the wrong direction because can you imagine João Félix and Paqueta playing in the same David Moyes team? No, me neither. No, it's just not going to happen, is it? So sorry, João Félix. I don't think David Moyes know what to do with him. Fullback, probably a fullback. I don't know. Anyway, I don't think that's going to happen. The other thing that's in the news is that Harvey Barnes is now more likely to sign for Newcastle than West Ham. Says Newcastle leading the race for Harvey Barnes. I mean, there's so much to say on this one. It is a frustrating thing to hear. That was the frustrating one. Obviously, the João Félix one was the good one and the fun one. This is the frustrating bit of news, obviously, if you're a West Ham fan. I think it was tweeted out by Jacob Steinberg, and I say I think... I don't actually know because I'm blocked. Jacob Steinberg's blocked me. I think it happened some time ago. I don't know why. I told Gio. I said to Gio, "Oi, Jacob Steinberg's blocked me," and he laughed. He just laughed. That was it. So I don't know what I've done. I quite like his articles. He hasn't blocked me from reading his articles. Apparently, I can still go and buy the newspaper, but I can't read his tweets. So I don't know. I think he wants me to know because that's the thing with the block, isn't it? If you do it on, if you can actually just mute someone on Twitter. And then they'd never know. They'd never know. You just don't hear from them. But it's a demonstration, isn't it, the block? So I've been blocked. I don't know. I like Jacob. I'm very sorry for whatever I've done. Whatever misdemeanours. I think he's an excellent journalist. And he's been all over the Declan Rice story, hasn't he? I'm not going to talk about Declan Rice today. But I believe... And I do apologise, doubly apologise in fact, if I've got it wrong. But as I understand it, he is leading the story on the Harvey Barnes thing. And apparently lots of clubs interested. No surprise there. Newcastle lead the race. Now, whether West Ham have lost out in the race because we've dillied and dallied and we've been waiting for the Declan Rice money to come in, I don't know. What I would say is to try and be fair, because I'm feeling very fair and reasonable at the moment, I think... Even if we hadn't dillied and dallied and Newcastle wanted him, then he would just go to Newcastle. See, I've got Arsenal on a bloody brain. I'm sick of Arsenal. Anyone else sick of Arsenal? I'm sick of it. So I think he would go to Newcastle anyway. If it's a shootout between us and Newcastle, he goes to Newcastle. They've got Champions League football. No trophy, but they've got Champions League football and they've got lots of money. So, you know what? If you were a player and you had no affiliation towards West Ham, Newcastle are going to be the most attractive proposition, aren't they? So... I think that would be a bit of a shame if we lost out. It's only a shame if he genuinely really was our number one target. I try not to get too worked up on these with some of these transfers, because I think sometimes the press link us to a player and we're never interested anyway. And then we end up at the end, I can't believe we haven't got Carlos Bacca. And we were never in for it. I don't know. I use that as an example. It might be a poor example, but it would be a shame because he scored some good goals last season. A proven Premier League goal scorer from wide positions. I think it'd be a good one. Excuse me. Let me just have a swig of me tea. Good cup of tea, that. Nice and strong. Okay, so that's that. That would be a bit of a shame. I stress the next thing I am about to say is only a rumour. It's just a rumour. All right, but I'm sharing it with you, and I don't want anyone to get their knickers in a twist. Right, when I say these words, just think, you know what, it just might not be true, but I'm going to share it with you. All right, Alex Scott, and we like a bit of Alex. Well, I'd speak for myself. We like a bit of Alex Scott, right? He is the Guernsey Grealish. We know that, the Guernsey Grealish, isn't he? Not the Bristol Balotelli. No, he's the Guernsey Grealish. Apparently, there are a number of clubs in for him. 4 clubs. Couldn't tell you who they are. West Ham, he's a bit reticent to join West Ham because David Moyes won't give him assurances that he'll get first-team football. Now, the reason I'm a little bit reluctant to go full steam on this one, I don't want to go with a big clickbait headline. Moyes ruins another West Ham transfer. I'm not doing that, as you'll know, because you'll have clicked on the video for other reasons. I think it can be a little bit sensationalistic, and I think it's an easy stick to beat David Moyes with. But I certainly hope it's not true. I would hope that's not the case. Was it Tomori we missed out on? I think possibly it was Tomori wanted to join us. Spoke to David Moyes, and he couldn't be guaranteed first-team football. I would expect nobody is guaranteed first-team football. Actually, maybe I'm wrong. I bet Paqueta was. I bet he was. But I bet Zuma was. I bet Gerd was. In fact, I'm changing my stance. I bet if David Moyes wants to, he can guarantee people first-team football. But I do understand why he can't necessarily guarantee a player that's come from Bristol City first-team football. So I understand it from David Moyes' point of view, if it's true. And it might not be true. But I also do understand it from the kid's point of view. From Alex Scott's point of view. Because he might be looking at somebody like Flynn Downs thinking, well, hold on a second. This guy was Flynn... I think Flynn Downs, the season we signed him, might have been the season before for Swansea, was the best passer in the whole division and was in Team of the Year. I might have that wrong. I don't think I am. I don't think it's that far wrong. But I think he was the best passer in the Championship. So he was outstanding, right? If you were the best at something in the Championship, you're outstanding. So I wouldn't be surprised if Alex Scott looks at that and thinks, oh, you know, he went there and he didn't get to play very much. Obviously, there comes a point where you've got to back yourself and think, I can get into the team. But I would understand he's reticent. So I just share that rumour with you. It might not be true. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the rumour is not true. And I'm not sure how much I believe it. All right? Let me just say that. I hope it's wrong, and I hope we sign him because I really like him. I think he's a talented player. I like Harvey Barnes. I hope we sign him as well. I hope we sign everyone. So here's somebody I hope we don't sign. Talking about knicker flashing, we said a bit of João Félix flashing his knickers. I don't necessarily believe he's coming to West Ham. I do believe the Instagram post because I saw it. I don't know what he's up to. He could be up to anything. Jesse Lingard. A couple of people mentioned it. There's no serious links. He's thinking of going to Saudi Arabia, in fact. Or so we think. Oh, I think I'm still more tired of Jesse Lingard than I am of this Declan Rice saga. Things go on too long, leaves a bitter taste in your mouth, doesn't it? I do wonder with Lingard. I do wonder with him if he regrets going to Nottingham Forest. It's all very well to say in hindsight and if buts and maybes, but we can, can't you? That's what football's all about. It's, you have a little guess, you have a little extrapolate. You think what could have happened if X, Y, and Z would have occurred. And all I'm saying is, had we got Jesse Lingard, maybe, just maybe, we wouldn't have got Lucas Paqueta. Maybe we don't win the UEFA Europa Conference League. It's not called that anymore. But I still think it's easy to think, well, actually, Jesse Lingard, and just remember it, he was offered £10 million for the year to sign for Nottingham Forest. And maybe, just maybe, money is his ultimate goal. If that's the case and he goes to Saudi Arabia and earns loads of money again, then it's fine. He's succeeded, hasn't he, really? But I always thought he was a driven player because he came to West Ham on loan because he wanted to get back into the England squad. So I thought there was a drive to play football and to be brilliant at football and to prove himself in that aspect. I think when he signed for Nottingham Forest, he probably did it for the money. And I think you can say that now. He didn't do it for the glory because he got the money at Nottingham Forest, but the glory was at West Ham. And I do wonder if you looked at West Ham and looked at our European Cup run. Because you only had to look at the season before as well. We got the semi-final. It was hardly likely we were going to get out of the group stage in the Europa League. Not the Europa League, the UEFA Europa Conference League. Get out of the group stage in it, then you got every chance. And we showed that. Not only did we have every chance, we won the bloody thing. Champions. I do wonder if he sort of looked at that and thought, oh, maybe I made the wrong decision. Because we offered him $23 million for a 3-year deal. It's a lot of money. A lot of money, and you get the trophy as well. Well, you don't get a trophy, you get a medal. I just found it interesting. And, if some of these players who decided to walk away like him, thought, oh, maybe I made a mistake. I actually wonder, and I don't wish to be mean to him at all, because I like Sonny Perkins. I think he was a good kid, and I think West Ham didn't do enough to keep him. So I don't overly blame him, by the way. So I'm not looking to be mean to him or dig him out, far from it. But I do wonder if he looks back and thinks and saw Mubama, who obviously got a winner's medal because he had played in the group stages, and thought that could have been me. And I think it would have been, by the way. Perkins was ahead of him in the Perkin order. It's a little terrible joke, isn't it, really? He was ahead of him. So I think he would have been played. I just wonder if he looks at it and thinks, that could have been me with a, celebrate. And he celebrated, didn't he? Mubama, didn't he celebrate? And I like to see that. I love to see people embracing it and, having a great time. And I think he really did. Anyway, penny for his thoughts. I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting one. Anyway, just so as you know, look, I said I wasn't going to mention Declan Rice. I just mentioned him at the end because I didn't want it to be that sort of heartbeat of the video, so to speak. I wanted that to be about knicker flashing, clearly. His medical's going to be a Friday at Arsenal. It's got to drag on a little bit, hasn't it? Got to drag on a little bit. But I'll be pleased. I'll be pleased to see it go. I'll just be pleased. I must be perfectly blunt with you. I will just be pleased to see Arsenal fans disappear from the comments on these videos. They're a special bunch. I said it before. I don't think look, we all know an Arsenal fan who's a good guy, right? We all do. I think it's the internet version of them. I think they're very active. They're very they're an interesting bunch. Let's put it that way. I don't want to be too mean. So I'll be pleased to see them not disappear from the comments. But anyway, there you go. Those are my ramblings for the day. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, I say apologies for the adverts but I really do appreciate. Sometimes let's be fair. You can't make a silk purse out of a cow's scrotum. Actually, cow's like bull scrotum. Any scrotum at all, right? And it's meagre pickings, and we can only use the subject matter that's at hand, really. And there's not an awful lot going on at West Ham at the moment. So yeah, I thank you very much. Hopefully, the Declan Rice deal gets done, and then we can actually start believing in some of the transfer stories and some of the links, some of the players that West Ham get linked to. Because at the moment, when we don't seem to have any money, it's old Mother Hubbard's cupboard at the moment, isn't it? In terms of the West Ham transfer kitty. It's hard to believe we're actually about to sign anyone. We will do. I'm sure we will, but we need that money in first. Looks like we're going to have to wait until after the weekend, so we're going to have a load of mishmash videos. Oh, I did want to say, actually, that the club... Remember I was asking about... is there any way that we can see the trophy as fans and we can have our photo taken with the trophy? A load of emails went out from the club, but they were only to season ticket holders, and I understand why they've done that, but I don't know if they couldn't extend it to members and stuff like that. There's maybe a lot of people who, maybe supported West Ham over the years but aren't season ticket holders now who might like the opportunity to see the trophy. I understand it's a logistical problem, but I just hope, and I understand they can't do it now, but I just hope over the next 12 months they try and make it possible for as many fans as possible to see that trophy, because look, you know what, the team won it, they did, and Bowen scored the goal, Ben Rama scored the goal, and all that stuff, but it is our trophy as well as fans, and I would certainly, I'd love the opportunity for everybody to get to see it. I'd love to see it. I'd like to take my boy to see it. Actually, I think that would be something very, very special. Anyway, there you go. My ramblings for the day. I'll catch up with you later.